Okay, I got my first job as an intern pharmacist in the largest hospital in Malaysia. From there, I went on to the drug industry, which is a normal route for young pharmacists like me, and worked my way through two Swiss companies, a company called Roche that many of you will know, and another company called Ciba-Geigy, now known as Novartis, and I was the marketing manager for them. And then around about the mid-90s, decided to go on my own. I didn't like the drug industry, I didn't like drugs, didn't like side effects, and I realized that nature can heal you. I learned it really in a very useful way. When I got out, I was doing my internship in the hospital, and I used to get a very strange rash that comes back every 3-4 weeks. It never hurts, never itches, but it breaks out into blood spots. It's very embarrassing. So being a pharmacist, I tried everything I knew myself, potions, creams, lotions, antihistamines and all that. Nothing really worked. At that point, I was looking for Roche, which is a very big player in dermatology. And I started talking to dermatologists, and eventually they put me on a drug that seemed to work somewhat. Maybe the rashes came back 20% less. But being a pharmacist, I read the fine print, and I knew it's going to burn my liver out, and I knew I couldn't do that for life. So my mother insisted I go and see a homeopath, and I really thought these guys were all flakes, they were jerks, they didn't know what they were talking about, and this guy didn't inspire me at all. He sat in a dark, dingy room and didn't even wear a lab coat, and he kept asking me strange questions like, do you constipate, do you have... Anyway, cut the story short, he gave me what looked like little lizard eggs, which I had to put on my tongue, and they were all different shades of yellow. I'm used to the drug industry where it's all perfectly done, so I don't have confidence, but I already paid for it, and I said, look, let me try it. So that night, I perched like a tap, and the next morning, I went about my life normally, but 3 weeks later, the rash did come back, but only 10%. I was 90% cured. And I couldn't believe it. Even now, as I tell you this, my hair stands. And I went back to the same homeopath with now renewed respect and said, what is this? And he said, you mean you're not cured yet? And he gave me one more set of that pills. And I took it, and again I perched like a tap. And the following month, I was cured. It never came back. It's never came back for 20 years. And I tried for 2 years, the best of modern medicine, being a pharmacist myself, and the best doctors in the country because I was with Roche. Nothing worked. And then it hit me. I mean, what did I learn for 4 years as a pharmacist, And then I started reading about natural medicine and how nature heals. And I realized I was on the wrong path. Drugs are anti-medicine, it's antibiotics, antiseptics, antihistamine. It works against the body and side effects. And I realized that really, we've been here for billions of years. We've been here for millions of years, and nature heals us. I mean, my mother's grandmother and her grandmother didn't go to hospital to deliver a baby. Nature took care of them. And this brought me to a realization that maybe I was doing the wrong thing, pushing drugs. And so around about the middle of the 90s, I sort of quit and started my own company, looking at natural medicine and herbs and what have you. We're doing that, and then in the mid 2000, there was a big financial crisis, and there was this public company in Australia that was ailing. So we took the company over, and we were doing some cool stuff. They were doing some cool stuff. They were the only company in the world that could make collagen from sheep skins, and it was completely disease-free. It was halal, and that was cool. We were already doing stuff which I put into the Australian public company. We have a low GI white bread, a low sodium salt, all the things that can actually make unhealthy food become a little bit healthier. And I'm happy to report that last year we managed to turn the company around. We're now profitable on the Australian Stock Exchange.